Hello everyone, it's Norma Woodcock here speaking to you from Perth in Western Australia, and I'd like to speak into the 12th Sunday in Ordinary Time Year B, and the theme, You Will Not Drown. And I want to focus on the Gospel today, Mark 4:35 to 41, the calming of the storm. Now I would like to first of all share something very personal out of my own story, and then I would like to bring in the Gospel. You know, I was such a frightened little lady 40-something years ago. I cannot begin to tell you. Those of you who know my story and the horror of my childhood abuse will understand. But I had my conversion, and I can remember not ever knowing that Jesus could put words in our imagination, pictures in our imagination, that he wanted to communicate with us. I had no idea about this, but this is what I said, standing in my little lounge room in Melbourne. We were there at the time, and I said, Jesus, I'm afraid, but I shouldn't be. And this is what I heard. Why not? Even so was I in Galilee. I said, Jesus, you're afraid? He said, on the lake before the calm, there was a storm. I said, Jesus, if you were afraid, how did you do what you did? And he said, the Father filled me even as I fill you. On that foundation, I have built my personal and my professional life. I cannot forgive these people that hurt me, but you can fill me, and I can choose to do it in my will. I cannot speak to these people, and I cannot present, and I cannot put together these teachings, and I cannot manage with these children, and I cannot manage with the financial strain that we had at the time. But you can fill me and do it. And so my journey began on a very firm foundation. And I believe 40-something years later, I am here today because of the power of God manifest through Jesus, filling me and empowering me to do what I needed to do. But after I felt that he said that, I was pondering what he said. He said, before the calm, there was a storm. And this was the scripture. And when I realized this was the scripture and I understood and followed through a little bit more on it, and of course, to ad lib the scripture, it was in the boat, the disciples were rowing, they were going to the other side, and he was asleep with his head on the cushion. And in this scripture, the disciples, a storm came and they were yelling out to Jesus, 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 don't you care? We're drowning, drowning, wake up, wake up. Now, in his humanity, as he woke up, he would have gone, what on earth? Then he remembered his Father filled him, he raised his hand, and he stopped the wind and he stopped the waves. This is just such a powerful and wonderful teaching that God is giving you and me today. And he is saying to you, in every storm in your life, remember I am in you. Remember I fill you. Remember I will give you what you need to walk through this storm, whatever it may be. And we have so many storms, do we not? The world as it is today. Coronavirus and all the problems that are around in the world today. Our personal family issues. Those of you who have lost jobs, you understand the storm. Those of you who have lost so much financially. Those of you who have lost health. Those of you who have lost family. There's so many storms that hit our lives. But I believe that the lesson I learned 40-something years ago, he's wanting me to share with you today. The Father filled him and he stopped the wind and the waves. And he wants to fill us so that he can put up his hand and bring us peace in the midst of the storm. God bless you. Thank you for listening. I hope this has touched you, and I look forward to meeting you again next week.